What if Manchester United could solve their defensive vulnerabilities with one signing? Today, we're diving deep into how Borussia Dortmund's Nico Schlotterbeck would fit into Ruben Amorim's system at Old Trafford. This isn't just another transfer rumor, this is a comprehensive tactical breakdown analyzing stats, style, strengths, and weaknesses. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why this German international could be the missing piece to transform United's defense from vulnerable to elite. Let's get into it. Who is Nico Schlotterbeck? Before we talk tactics, let's establish who we're dealing with. Nico Schlotterbeck is a 25-year-old German international centre-back currently starring for Borussia Dortmund. Born on December 1, 1999, in Weiblingen, Germany, this 6'3" left-footed defender has rapidly established himself as one of the Bundesliga's most complete modern centre-backs. Schlotterbeck joined Dortmund in July 2022 from Freiburg for around €20 million, and his contract runs until June 2027. That makes him a prime-age defender entering what should be his absolute peak years, the perfect timing for a club like Manchester United looking to build a long-term defensive foundation. But here's what separates him from your typical ball-playing centre-back. Schlotterbeck combines old-school, hard-man defending with elite technical abilities. He's known for his aerial dominance, exceptional speed for his size, physical strength, and aggressive tackling style. Think of a defender who can win a bruising aerial duel one moment, then drive forward with the ball like a midfielder the next. That's the Schlotterbeck package, and it's rare in modern football. Alright, let me talk you through Nico Schlotterbeck's recent form, looking at both his complete 2024-25 campaign and what he's doing so far this season in 2025-26. This gives us the full picture of what Manchester United would be getting. Let me start with the bigger context. Last season in 2024-25, Schlotterbeck was an absolute workhorse, 43 appearances across all competitions, over 3,700 minutes on the pitch. He didn't score goals or grab assists, but that's not his job. What matters is he helped Dortmund keep 12 clean sheets, about a 28% clean sheet ratio. They conceded 46 goals across those games, which sounds like a lot until you remember that Dortmund played an insanely aggressive high-line system all season that constantly left their defenders exposed. Compare that to United, who shipped 54 goals in the Premier League alone last year with one of the worst defensive structures in recent memory. So if Schlotterbeck steps into Amorim's more organized setup, those numbers would only improve. Now fast forward to this season, 2025-26, and you're already seeing the consistency. Through 6 Bundesliga matches and 450 minutes played, he's kept 3 clean sheets and only conceded 3 goals. That's a 60% clean sheet ratio, which is incredible. When he's on the pitch, Dortmund concedes a goal every 150 minutes, essentially every other game. For a United side that was leaking 1.4 goals per match, that kind of defensive solidity would be transformative. Let's dig into the defensive actions, because this is where Schlotterbeck really shines. In the Bundesliga this season, he's averaging 2 tackles per 90 minutes, which puts him in the 76th percentile for centre-backs. That's elite-level aggression. He's not sitting back waiting for trouble, he's actively hunting the ball down. On top of that, he's making 1.2 interceptions per 90 and clearing the ball 4.2 times per game. Those clearances put him in the 82nd percentile, meaning he's one of the most proactive defenders in the league at stopping danger before it escalates. What United fans need to understand is his dueling ability. He's winning 5 ground duels per 90 minutes with about a 73% success rate this season. That's up from 65% last year, which shows he's actually improving. He's also winning aerial battles, and remember, United got absolutely bullied on set pieces last season. Having a 6'3" defender who's actively winning those battles would completely change the dynamic at both ends of the pitch. But here's where Schlotterbeck separates himself from being just another physical centre-back. His ball-playing ability is genuinely world-class. Last season in the Bundesliga, he averaged nearly 74 passes per 90 minutes, which put him in the 94th percentile for defenders. And this wasn't just safe recycling. He was completing those passes at 89.4% accuracy, which is 89th percentile. This season in 2025-26, he's maintaining that same standard with 66 passes per 90 at 89.43% completion. Think about that consistency. He's attempting progressive passes at high volume, and he's barely losing the ball. Compare that to Harry Maguire at 69 passes per 90 with 86% accuracy, or even Lisandro Martinez at 77 passes per 90 with 88% accuracy. Schlotterbeck fits right into that elite ball-playing tier that Amorim's system demands. And he's not just passing, he's carrying the ball forward too. Last season he was completing 1.2 dribbles per 90 with a 50% success rate, showing he's confident enough to drive out from the back and break lines with his feet. In a system where centre-backs need to step into midfield and initiate attacks, that ability is gold. And crucially, he's only getting dispossessed 0.4 times per 90, which tells you he's press-resistant under pressure. United have struggled for years with defenders who panic under the press. Schlotterbeck doesn't have that problem. Now let's talk about the Champions League, because this is where you really see if a player can handle the elite level. Last season, Schlotterbeck played 12 games in Europe, over 1,000 minutes, helping Dortmund reach the final while keeping 5 clean sheets and conceding 13 goals. His defensive numbers stayed strong even against the best teams in the world. He averaged 1.64 tackles per 90 in the Champions League, 84th percentile, but the crazy part is his interceptions jumped to 2.45 per 90, which is 99th percentile. That means he's reading the game at an elite level, cutting out passes and breaking up attacks before they even get started. That's the kind of anticipation you can't teach, you either have it or you don't. This season in 2025-26, he's played 2 Champions League matches so far and already kept 2 clean sheets without conceding a single goal. His tackles are at 1.64 per 90 and interceptions at 2.45 per 90, the exact same elite numbers. That consistency at the highest level is what separates good defenders from great ones. His passing under pressure in the Champions League is where he really impressed me last season. He averaged over 93 passes per 90 minutes at 90.35% accuracy, both in the top percentiles in Europe. Think about what that means. When the stakes are highest and he's facing the best attackers in the world, his passing volume and accuracy both go up, not down. That's a big game mentality. United haven't had a defender who thrives under that kind of pressure since Nemanja Vidic in his prime. Now let's talk discipline, because this matters. Last season he picked up 17 yellow cards across 43 games, which works out to roughly 1 every 2.5 games. That sounds like a lot until you consider how aggressively he plays, stepping out to press, making 2 tackles per game. But here's the key, 0 red cards all season. This season in 2025-26, through 6 Bundesliga games, he's only got 1 yellow card and still no red. He only commits 0.6 fouls per 90 minutes, which is in the 28th percentile, meaning he fouls less than 72% of defenders. That's elite positioning and timing. He's not reckless, he's calculated. Compare that to United's discipline problems, Bruno getting sent off, Casemiro collecting reds, and you start to see why Schlotterbeck's controlled aggression is so valuable. There's also a bit of an attacking threat that people don't talk about enough. Last season he averaged 1.2 shots per 90, and this season he's already taken 6 shots across 5 games and hit the woodwork once. He's not Sergio Ramos scoring 10 goals a season, but those shots show he's getting into dangerous positions on set pieces. United's delivery from corners improved last year. Imagine Schlotterbeck attacking those with his 6 feet 3 inches frame and timing. He's also registered 1 assist this season in the Bundesliga, showing he can pick out dangerous passes when he pushes forward. So let me tie this all back to what Manchester United actually need. Problem number 1, defensive transitions. United conceded 54 Premier League goals last season, many from getting caught on the break. Schlotterbeck's 2.45 interceptions per 90 in the Champions League and nearly 8 ball recoveries per game mean he snuffs out attacks before they build momentum. He's not reacting, he's anticipating, reading the play 2 steps ahead. Problem number 2, aerial weakness. United got dominated on set pieces. Schlotterbeck's aerial duel success rate of 73% this season, up from 68% last year, shows he's improving in that area and brings physicality that United have been missing. Problem number 3, ball progression from deep. Under Amorim, United's expected goals against dropped from 70.3 to 55.1 because they slowed down build-up and became more deliberate. But they still need defenders who can break lines when the opportunity is there. Schlotterbeck's 89.4% pass completion on 66 to 74 passes per 90 across both seasons gives United that progressive option without sacrificing possession. And problem number 4, the left-footed imbalance. Amorim's 3-4-3 desperately needs a natural left footer at left centre-back. Lisandro Martinez is injury-prone and can't play 50 games a season. Schlotterbeck gives United that balance and tactical flexibility. When you look at everything, the 2 tackles per 90, the 1.2 interceptions, the 5 ground duels won at 73% success, the 89.4% passing accuracy on high volume, the 90% passing under Champions League pressure, the 0 red cards despite aggressive play, it all adds up. Looking at his complete 2024-25 season and what he's doing in 2025-26 so far, the consistency is undeniable. This is exactly the profile of defender Ruben Amorim needs. He's aggressive but controlled, physical but technical, proactive but disciplined. At 25 years old entering his peak, his numbers prove he can dominate at the elite level. This isn't FIFA, this is a proven, statistically elite centre-back who would immediately solve multiple problems in United's defence. The numbers across both seasons don't lie. Nico Schlotterbeck is the real deal. Now, let's be balanced here. No player is perfect, and Schlotterbeck has areas he needs to work on. Passing consistency. While his passing percentages at Dortmund sit around 82 to 85%, they don't quite match the elite levels you'd expect for a team that dominates possession. This suggests he takes risks with his distribution, which can occasionally lead to turnovers in dangerous areas. When you're playing aggressive passes to break lines, mistakes happen, and those mistakes can be costly. Positional risks. His aggressive stepping out style, while effective, can be risky if not properly covered by teammates. When he commits to a challenge high up the pitch and gets beaten, it leaves massive space in behind that faster attackers can exploit. This means he needs intelligent defensive partners and a well-drilled system to cover for him when he pushes out. Adaptation period. Any player moving from the Bundesliga to the Premier League needs time to adapt, especially to the intensity and pace of English football. Schlotterbeck's style, developed at Freiburg and refined at Dortmund, means he might struggle initially to replicate his impact in a different tactical setup and league. Ball losses. His ball losses sit at 14.38% per game, which indicates moments where his ambitious play backfires. For a team like United that's vulnerable on the counter-attack, these turnovers could be problematic if not managed properly. Creative passing. Despite his progressive abilities, he's registered 0 pre-assists this season, suggesting his creative passing in the final third could be more incisive. He gets forward and carries the ball well, but the final ball or decision-making in advanced areas could improve. These aren't deal-breakers by any means, but they're aspects United's coaching staff would need to work on and accommodate within the team structure. So what is my final verdict? Nico Schlotterbeck represents the complete modern defensive package that Manchester United desperately need. He brings elite aerial ability with that 74% success rate in duels. He offers aggressive, proactive defending with 2 tackles and 1.2 interceptions per 90. He provides exceptional ball progression with 90% passing accuracy and the courage to drive forward with the ball. And crucially, he has the tactical intelligence and physical tools to thrive in Ruben Amorim's demanding system. At 25 years old with his peak years ahead of him, Schlotterbeck isn't just a short-term fix, he's a long-term solution who could anchor United's defense for the next 6 to 8 years. His statistics don't lie: 60% clean sheet ratio, 90% passing accuracy, 74% aerial duel success, and consistent ball progression numbers. These are elite metrics that would immediately elevate United's backline from vulnerable to genuinely competitive. The question isn't whether Schlotterbeck would improve Manchester United, the answer to that is obvious. The real question is whether United can convince Borussia Dortmund to part with one of their most valuable defensive assets. His contract runs until 2027, so Dortmund hold all the leverage. It would take a significant fee, probably north of €50 million, to make this happen. But if United are serious about challenging for the Premier League and Champions League under Amorim, this is exactly the kind of statement signing they need to make. Schlotterbeck would transform their defense, provide the perfect left-sided centre-back profile for the system, and signal genuine ambition to return to the top of English and European football. What do you think? Would Nico Schlotterbeck be the perfect signing for Manchester United's defense? Is he worth the massive transfer fee it would take to bring him to Old Trafford? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear your opinions on this potential transfer. If you enjoyed this deep dive tactical analysis, smash that like button and subscribe for more football breakdowns, transfer analysis, and tactical insights. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Until next time, keep enjoying the beautiful game.